9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got me at the coast, boy. Wanna hear the ocean roar crash over me. Then ride it home, dance it out in moonlight. Hold me tight and don't let go. Watch over me. We are all stardust, stardust, stardust. Left behind, left to find one another, face the sun, fear no one, 'cause we are all one, we are all one, we are all, we are all one, we are all one, we are all. Pick me up, yeah, moonchild, put me into overflow.
Superstar.
Hey everybody. Sorry, I am feeling a little under the weather. But I wanted to do this. Unfortunately, I did not wake up and everything was fixed with my throat and stuff. I knew I was getting sick. But today, for the new year, the very first wiener of 2024 is Luna Girl. Congratulations on being the first wiener in 2024 over here on Ziggy. Oh, thank you, Kate. And I'm hoping it's just I don't know. My daughter's been pretty sick for a few days, so I'm sure that's what I have to look forward to. Hey, Betty Smith and Jude, Granny's house, Kathy, Shiva Mom, Moulin Rouge. My intro never gets old. It's weird because it takes me a while to get used to the new intros when I have them. But yeah, I really like this one. It was made by Burn Barrel. She also goes by K Crime. But yeah, isn't it awesome? I messaged her today to hope that I haven't heard from her for a while. Just to hope she's doing good. Hey, Red. I'll try, April. You've had it since Christmas? Not me. I didn't start feeling crappy until yesterday. But can't believe it's 2024. So I have this call up and ready. I do have it already uploaded separately, like with no commentary, just the call by itself, that I'll put public later on tonight after this live for reference if people want to use it in their videos or whatever. Just the regular, normal, or just one of our regular conversations. This is an example of stuff that me and Fred talk about. But I thought you guys would be interested in this conversation because of we get to talking about the Summer Wells case pretty in depth for a little bit. So I think you'll find it interesting to hear ideas and stuff from Fred's point of view, and also some other little things, like details come out about his like involvement with law enforcement, as far as what he actually himself like was involved in and helping, and how it came about, and how, because people are curious, like, how did Fred even like become an option to work with the police or whatever, and how did it even come about. He talks about that a little bit today. The first 5 or so minutes of the call is going to be really boring, but you know, I'm all about transparency here, and I thought about starting it 5 minutes in just to save you the boring, because when he first calls, like, I just woke up, my throat hurt. You know, when you first wake up and you're sick, it's like the worst as far as with your throat. I don't know, always with me in the mornings when I first wake up, it's the worst. So I was just not feeling the greatest. And I was kind of just like, you know, just woke up too. It takes me like an hour to get around and feeling myself. So the very first part of the call is not like exciting at all, but it's actually some stuff that I mean, there's nothing like personal in it or anything. Like I'm actually thinking about doing a compilation once he's out, which he should be out any day now as far as into a rehab. But I was thinking about doing a compilation of all the calls we've had that I have recorded. So the reason why I have him call when he calls my new phone, it doesn't record but I have him call my Google app number, so it will record on my old old Android phone, because the Cube ACR app works good with Android and not iPhone. And that's a big problem with me and what I do here, because as everybody knows, my phone calls are always recorded, always have been, since pretty much the very beginning when I first started having issues with people making up lies and stuff about things that supposedly were said in private conversations. So I just thought, and plus, you know, it's good to have if you're talking to people like Don Wells. I finally found that app. I was so excited to find one that would actually work, because it was really hard. And it worked perfectly until I got changed to this iPhone. And yeah, I'm still having Fred call me on my Google Voice number so I could use my Android. That's so these recordings would be easier. Could cause, yeah, that's not it though. I don't snore that I know of. I mean, I've never heard that I really snore, but I know what you mean. It does irritate my throat if I sleep with it open, or if I sleep with my mouth open. There's nothing. There's no in suspense. Well, you know that people come in late. I'm going to start it here though. Now, since the first 5 minutes is like kind of boring anyways, so that gives people 5 extra minutes to get in here. All right, we'll go
Your
for
call
it.
has been accepted.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
I literally just woke up and I know. I can't believe it. Huh?
You sick?
Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, I don't feel good. My freaking throat hurts and I hate it. I woke up like 30 minutes ago. I slept a long time, I think, because I'm sick, or extra long time because I'm sick. And oh, you said you're gonna do a
Like I said, you guys, it's going to take a few minutes for the call or for our conversation to get amped up, because I was not feeling good.
Huh?
You having a good New Year so far?
Yeah. I mean, it just started. I literally just woke up, and I'm sick, unfortunately. So I'm going to try to stay positive.
Yeah.
Yesterday when you said you're going to do a new reading tomorrow to see what is going to be?
I don't even know what I put down.
Oh.
I was asking him about something he wrote in an email. He wanted
Yeah,
me
you
to
were
tell
asking me
me.
to do a reading for you today or something like that, and
This is a New Year's reading to see what my faith is or something. I just what I thought.
yeah,
See what's going to be or whatever.
in 2024.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God, I hate being sick. I hate.
Hate being sick, don't you?
Yeah, especially when my throat hurts and my head hurts. Like my head's not hurting right now, but my throat is.
Yeah, we're sick in here too. I've got something going on with congested and stuff. My throat's not sore, but my head's been hurt bad. Real congested in my lungs.
Yeah. I don't know. They say there's something going around, so
Yeah.
like they call it the crud or something. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. That's what it's
The
called.
typical flu.
Huh?
Yeah. Probably the typical flu.
Yeah, I was under the impression that it's something, which I hope to God not, that it's something related to COVID-19.
Yeah. It probably is more by safety control, I'd say.
I hope not. I've never had it, as far as I know. COVID anyway.
I've had COVID, but it works on everybody differently. COVID's more or less a parasite that gets in your lungs.
Yeah. Right. Shit, I forgot what it. What time are they locking you guys up?
Did what?
What time are they locking you guys up?
Probably next few minutes.
Oh.
We've been out for a little bit. I done took a shower and I tried to call you earlier and couldn't get hold of nobody, so I called Kathy and talked to her for a while.
Yeah. I noticed that when I woke up, I noticed that I had just missed a call from you. My phone's always on silent, so I don't hear like ringers and stuff like that. I don't like ringers.
Yeah. That sounds like me.
Really? Do you keep your phone on silent?
I'm fine off. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I always do. And I have my notifications like to YouTube and stuff like that turned off because I don't want to see people's shitty videos they make about me. And, you know, nobody wants to wake up to a notification about a video like expose on Ziggy.
You have to start letting that bother you.
No, it doesn't bother me, but
it just gets some shit about us.
What'd you say?
I said they just get a break if they talk about us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I guess because I could.
I don't really care what they think about me or say about me. I know what the truth is and stuff, you know. But
yeah, that's exactly how I feel too. So when you live honestly, you don't have to. You don't have to worry about what people say because you know the truth.
And the ones that say a lot of stuff, they're the one that knows you the best and knows that it's all a lie.
Yeah.
And go along with it.
I know. I don't understand people. I don't understand how people can just lie like that on somebody, and I don't know. I've never been like that. Like, I've always been extremely honest. Like, I mean, when I was using and stuff, I mean, of course, huh?
That's me too. I always been honest and stuff. I never lied to my parents or nothing about anything, or even to Laura or nobody. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got me in a lot of trouble, Chris, but a lot of people want to hear the truth, but they can't handle the truth, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's just best. It works out best just to always be honest from the get go anyways. And I mean, it causes, it just, not being honest, it's just, yeah. But they'll put, I've had CPS here, like, I don't know how many freaking times because of people on YouTube. And I've never had a CPS case or anything like that. So, yeah, it's new to me. And they've been here like 6 times since I started YouTube, I think, or 6. They've been here. CPS has been here. The Gambling Association has been here. I'm serious. The Indiana Gambling Association. The ASP or the animal care people.
Yeah.
I've had so many agencies here, dude, from people making up stuff on me. It's crazy.
I know. That's what it is to me too. It ain't just you, it's me too.
Oh, I know. I think that's how me and you connected so well. It's like I saw in you myself. Like, I've always been very misunderstood my whole life, and I see that with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're about to get into the actual part that you guys really care about. We're going to start talking here about summer. And yes, the Gambling Association, the Indiana Gaming Association, I think that's what it's called. When I did my giveaway a couple years ago, I did a huge giveaway, and it was completely free. Like, nobody had to pay at all to enter anyway. And of course, people tried to ruin it because they were just Grinches, and it wasn't even Christmas. Hey, Michelle, I emailed you back. Yeah. Well, you're good, Nana's Dragonfly. We're just getting to the part you guys are going to want to hear anyways. And I will upload this call like by itself, no commentary. But yeah, that's true though, how I feel about him and his. I've always felt misunderstood. I know it's silly, but I always have my whole life, and I don't care. I don't care it's not a big deal or anything. Because I've dealt with it my whole life. So it's not here just on YouTube, but I see that with Fred too. Like, a lot of people he is not at all like what people think he is. It's crazy. It's insane. Hey, Libby. I thought it was for raffle that they came out for. Yeah, that's what they did. Aw. Love you guys too, Luminous. Right, Grace? It's okay, so let's continue. I know you guys are here for the call.
Yeah, I've barely been misunderstood. And a lot of people don't know my real life story, but one day they will.
Yeah, maybe someday you'll be able to tell your story.
Yeah.
Like, who knows what happened? I mean, you could be super important to the Summer World Caves and end up writing a book someday. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I am pretty important to that case, really.
Yeah.
A lot more than anybody ever knows,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, except me.
A day don't go by. I play that day over and over and over in my head and try to figure out what clue that we missed.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
And I feel like it happened the day before.
So here he goes into this theory about the day before, which he's kind of talked about it before a little bit. He has all kinds of different, like, I don't know why. I start to ask him about why. But real quick, thank you so much, Michelle D, for the Cash App. She said, Happy New Year. Thank you for all you do. Aww. Somebody sent me a email or a link to get a free test. Actually, you know what? I have some here. Thank you for reminding me. I do have some of those tests here. I totally forgot. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It was so sweet. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you. All right, let's continue. Let's hear this. What Fred's going to tell us about the 14th of June.
Really?
Yeah.
Then what was he doing down there on that road that day on the 15th?
I don't know. Hey, Andy or who?
Andy, yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. The truck followed him back out. He's like, he went in because the truck had went in and must have been looking for him. And then it followed him back out. He more or less went in and got it.
But did they stay back? But could they have done an exchange or anything back there real quick?
They could have. They very well could have.
See, that's the thing. Why would Andy? It has to be like if something happened the 14th, then why do you think something happened the 14th?
Well, I can't think how to say it. Just things that Jody Sue and Andy had said and stuff on the 15th on the evening, it's all been recorded. But just some stuff that they had said, stuff that made me, and the law even thinks that too.
Oh, no.
Okay, so for those who don't know, which most people here know, Fred claims he wore a wire. Basically, it wasn't just on Dawn and Candace. Candace really wasn't going out. She was like hiding more so, but it was on basically the neighborhood, and see what people were talking about. Fred's going to explain to us here in a bit how that happened and how it even came about that he supposedly wore a wire. I believe him 100%, but I want you guys to make your own opinions. Sorry, 24 on time, but apparently I'm bad at what's 24 on time. I'll have to look into that. And thank you so much, Miss Chronic. Thank you so much for being a member here. Renus went to the ER to get pills, and the dry one was either 4th or the 5th. All right, so let's continue.
Oh. Because of Jackie Dobbs, you think?
No.
You remember that Jackie Dobbs?
Nothing to do with Jackie Dobbs.
Oh, I don't think Jackie Dobbs is involved at all. But
no, he's innocent. He's innocent.
Yeah, but why are they all so worried about land back there? Jody Sue and also the Redmonds. Why are they so worried about having that whole holler back there?
I have no idea why they're doing that. I mean, like Andy and them, they sold off and sold off and sold off. I don't know why they even saying anything, you know?
They've sold off? What do you mean?
I think they sold off quite a bit of property over the years, you know,
Yeah.
off of that.
I
But
know.
just like Andy, what reason they didn't want dogs there is because he had his pot patch right there at the edge of their property, the dogs and their property, and they was having a conflict over that.
Oh. I figured it was something like that. Like, so it was the pot plants?
Yeah, that come out Andy's own mouth.
Okay.
And it's on tape too.
Yeah. But so that part's
You know?
recorded. So what part got deleted, or what?
This call will be terminated in 2 minutes.
Which parts got deleted?
Did what?
Which parts got deleted? You said that like some audio didn't go through or something. Was it?
Yeah.
Or got?
It actually did go through, but it was something that leaked into things that they thought it didn't go through, or I thought it didn't go through, but it did go through.
So they do have the audio and video of the whole everything?
Well, they have audio. They ain't got video. They got audio.
Oh.
Somebody said maybe Ziggy should. This is a conversation we're having about a private conversation we're having. Sorry, I'm gonna grab my dog. If people can't, people have to be. So you're wanting me to put that these are not facts. I keep saying allegedly. I keep saying allegedly. And I have said over and over again, if this is, I don't know how much clearer I have to be about this coming from Fred. It's not directly from law enforcement that I've heard, or any of us have heard. So we're taking Fred's, if you're believing him, you're taking his word for it, because we don't have any type of, I wish we're frustrated. Fred's frustrated. All of us are frustrated. Seriously, Laura is too. They just want the nightmare to end. I know, who cares about pot plants when a little girl is missing? 777 in chat. Yeah. Well, I don't think they did. I don't think the police really did, because from my I don't know if the police ended up finding the weed. I know they ripped up pot plants on the 15th. Okay, let's continue.
They got about 3 days of it.
So what they have you do? Just stand down there and hang out with them or something?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just stand around bullshit with them.
So they were all like out there for days, huh?
Yeah.
This call will be terminated in 1 minute.
The night Summer went missing,
Yeah.
the 15th, soon as I come in, and after Don had come to my house and stuff, tells Law he's going to let local meth dealers see what he knows. Well, the Hawkins County Finance come, drug task force, search the house, search for Summer and stuff, which they didn't find nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew one of them well, and he wanted me to do that for him, so they had me go down there right then and start doing that.
So the law.
The 15th.
It was the 15th
Yeah, the
that they
law
asked you?
Yes. And there's recordings of the 15th, 16th, and 17th.
Oh, wow. So Law came down to your place that night on the 15th? Shit.
Your call has been accepted.
That part's funny, where the call ended. Right after I asked the question, I was like, shit. So I've just pushed the calls together into one. He had to call me 3 times for this because they can only talk for 15 minutes at a time. He says the day of the 15th, when law enforcement came down there, drug task force came down there, and I guess Fred had known one of the guys. I don't know how, haven't got into that. And supposedly that's when he was asked to get what he could on recording and was handed a digital recording device to record the 15th, 16th, and 17th. And to record, they weren't just interested in what Dawn and Candace had to say. And Dawn, they weren't at all, law enforcement wasn't at all concerned about Fred. Doesn't sound like it. Dawn's little plan didn't work, at least, like, not yet. It hasn't. Where is Ziggy? What? Oh, we're just having a conversation. This is all stuff that he's already told me. For the most part. I've always known this. We've all known that he wore a wire for... We talk every day. We talk every day. We always have conversations. It's just, these are just conversations we have about the Summer Wells case. So it's completely, this is our conversations. It's literally my conversation with him today. And I have many, many more like them. I've released some of them and put some out there. I mean, I put the video call with Fred out there from jail. I've put out a few jail calls. I have even many more. He's told me that he didn't tell me the very first time that I met him because he didn't know me well enough to trust me with really. He felt actually uncomfortable kind of mentioning that he wore a wire because I could tell that it made him uncomfortable. Like that maybe I might judge him or something, or somebody might judge him. So he told me, I knew from a year in. So I've known the last year and a half about it, and so has everybody else. I put it out here. So it isn't new. It's just more details, where we're talking. Here, let me grab one of that. When he was out, we didn't get to talk like this unless it was in person, because there was never internet service out there. It's easier for me to contact Fred now than it is Laura. Really. Because, now where she's at, she has internet. So it's not like it was when it was when they were on Ben Hill, but so now we're really getting to just get into the case and really discuss details, which at first we were kind of worried about doing, or I was worried about doing on these phone calls because I don't want to get him in trouble for any information he shouldn't be talking about. But here 2.5 years later, guys, you know what I mean? If law enforcement had a huge problem with it, and they asked me to stop it, I would, but I think that we need information, but we don't know if it's still hearsay. It's nothing more than anything else we get from somebody else, really. I believe what he has to say is important, and that's all that matters. Well, thank you, Southern Mountain Girl. Hey, Evil Leonard. All right, let's continue.
Hey.
I'm back.
Yeah. So what was I asking you?
So, yeah, they was there.
Oh yeah, they were there.
At my house on the 15th.
Did they? What time did they come
Yeah,
down there?
it was there. It was about something till 9, 15 till 9 or something.
So they came. Did they come down there before dawn or after?
They come down there after dawn comes.
So how long was Dawn down there?
Dawn was down there about 30 minutes or something other.
At your house? I was thinking that he was there for a little bit long.
Yeah, good point. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Is it? What I mean is we can't say it's fact. I guess I mentioned that wrong. We can't say it's fact because we don't have proof that Fred's telling the truth. I believe him. You know what I mean? But like, it's all about, we don't know if it's fact, unfortunately. It's not absolute. We still don't have absolute proof of Andy being on that road that day. We still just have it from Fred and Laura. So this is just talking about the details, but yeah, it's his experience. So it's not hearsay, but it's not like, we can't consider it fact either.
Longer than that. I thought he was there for like an hour or so, or because I thought it was weird. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought
he was there within 3 hours or something.
Yeah.
Really? Do you really think that you found him? Did you do a video? Well, I'll have to watch that because I'm very curious about that. It's scary though. If there really is this Playboy guy, that's kind of scary, to be honest. Because supposedly it would be somebody, a part of a gang, I'm pretty sure, or some kind of organization. You haven't done a video? Okay, you'll email me. Awesome. All I know is supposedly he's a tall black guy that's actually older but looks younger than his age, like he's like 50 something, but he looks like he could be much younger.
Yeah. So what did he do when he was down there?
That's when he was just standing around talking about the resurrection and just being all Christian and stuff.
Wow. Was he really trying to question? He never once what?
He never acted like nothing was really wrong or nothing. Like no young'un was missing. He never first said that he wished somebody bring her back. He wished she was okay. Wished he knew where she was at. No, nothing like that.
Wow. Was he trying to ask you?
Yeah, he was asking me the little questions, like more or less trying to pump to see what I knew, I think.
Yeah.
See what I've seen.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason he was wound up there, I believe, anyway.
Yep. I think so too. I think Andy, in my opinion, not fact. I think Andy was like, oh shit, when Fred saw him on that road that day, Fred and Laura, and probably later on let Dawn know, like, Fred had seen me on the road. And Dawn had later came down to Fred's because he was acting like he was going to go like knock down the meth dealer's door, like Fred just said, aka Fred Hill, supposedly. But no, he said he had no concern. He wasn't at all worried. He wasn't going down there and knock down Fred Hill's door or, go ask the drug dealer what. what he knows? No, he was going down there, like Fred said, to see what he knows. Because I'm guessing Don knew that Fred had seen Andy on the road. Oh, hey, John, why is he in jail now for? Drugs. So this is a neighbor of Summerwell's, John. It's a long story how I got in connection with this guy. I've been talking to him for 2 years. I can sometimes get it mixed up at 2.5. It's actually 2. And anyways, he witnessed something the day that Summer Wells went missing that is odd. So let's continue.
Because he's just like, he was there off and on all that night, you know.
He came down there more than once.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why I thought he was there longer. So law enforcement when they came down there and asked you to do that, like that night, did you go down to the police station and or did they just arrange everything there, right there at your house?
Yeah, at my house.
So they had the equipment there for you?
Yeah.
It was just like a regular recorder or what?
Yeah, that's what it was, a digital recorder.
Okay. So
Yeah, they left it with me for 4 days or so.
And they just asked you to get as much as you could?
Yeah.
That's cool. So
and they said little things that they didn't realize that was important, you know, I'm sure.
Yeah. Wow. That's interesting. So law enforcement.
But like I was saying, I feel like Andy and Jody and Grandis and Candace and Dawn and Marlena, I think them's the key people right there.
Yeah, me too. Me too. That's
my opinion.
That's the main group.
Fred just said he believes the suspects, the people involved are, in his opinion, Dawn, Candace, Grandis, Jody Sue, Andy Bernard, and Marlena Crawford. I feel the same way. Yeah, I heard that, Green Eyes. So I'm going to answer your question here in a second, Starlight, but I heard that. So Green Eyes says, Andy B says it wasn't him Fred saw, it was his uncle, which may or may not be Ronald Hill. Like somebody else said, who is Andy B's real uncle? Is Van looking out for Jackie that day? And Van looking out for Jackie that day. So I asked them, first of all, Ronald Hill, that's Fred's father. And he was actually very sick at the time and passed away a few months after Summer Wells went missing. He wasn't even able to walk. So Andy's a fucking liar. Because I asked about that. Ronald Hill is Fred's dad, or the man who raised him. Fred claims his biological father is actually not Ronald. It's his claim, but who raised him. So Yeah, they laughed when I said that Andy tried to say that it was actually Ronald that they saw. Yeah, Fred didn't recognize his own dad. Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's really likely. Yeah, this actually is like getting scary. If this stuff's true, I was reading about a little bit about Evil Interd's email that they sent me about on Playboy. I don't know if I'll say right now. I don't know if they are okay with me saying the name, but I would like to know how old that person is, like that you sent me, Evil Entered, because I was under the impression. Now I know the guy is supposed to be good looking and a black guy, taller, light skinned black guy. But I'm under impression he's actually older, but could come off like somebody could mistake him for like maybe mid 30s or 40 or something. But I'm going to look into what you sent me about who you mentioned, because that would be crazy. If it's true, guys, that would be, if that Playboy, if the person that they're thinking it is supposedly it's somebody related to Sean Williams, not related as in family, but to that case. So that would be very interesting.
Something with Marlena Crawford. I know there's something there, because she was staying there for freaking ever, and then all of a sudden she leaves right before Summer goes missing. Okay, that's not freaking. She was what?
She was there the day Summer went missing.
Oh, was she? You think? Or
yeah. That's what she told. It come out of her own mouth.
What, to law enforcement or what?
Well, it's on tape. I've got a lot of stuff on tape. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't know what I've really done to help and stuff in this case. But a lot of people don't realize, too, for forensics and stuff to come back, it takes a little over 2 years in Hawkins County.
Oh, really?
Sometimes, yeah. If they find something today, you might as well figure 2 years before they find out anything, results of it.
So now that we're getting to the past 2 years and stuff, I wonder if that's...
Things will start coming out.
Okay. Well, I hope so.
That's why I was telling you we just got to wait,
Yeah.
It's a waiting game, Because they know a lot more than people ever imagine they know. But they're just trying to put the right people at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out how to charge.
2 years for what to come back? Forensics. So he's going to get into it more and explain why he says that. Because if you guys remember in one of my first conversations, I think it was the very first conversation I had with Fred when the very first time I went to Tennessee and met him. He had talked about, oh shit, where did that comment go? Oh, he had talked about his best friend, supposedly the Jason Arnold, who ended up dead. Now, this was like 2 years ago, you guys got to remember. His views have changed since then because he was very suspicious about the police at that time, but this is 2 years ago. And he's going to tell us why he knows about this forensics thing, and why it takes 2 years to come back, why he believes it does. And Starlight asked, sorry, I didn't mean to ignore your question, said, hey, Ziggy, I have a question. What are your thoughts on Andy B and AH connection? That's never crossed my mind. But, The trip is weird, but I've never known. I think the trip's weird, but I don't think it's actually involved. I mean, I'm not 100%, I'm not 100% confident on that, but I'm pretty confident that I feel Andrew Hiltz is not involved. I don't know what other kind of stuff he's into, but as far as Summer's disappearance, I don't, or anything to do with that. Why does Allie go to see Andy retire when she don't have a car? Oh, speaking of that, I heard supposedly it was said on Cher's Voices Behind the Wall yesterday that Andy got fired from his job. Is that correct? Supposedly Andy got fired last Friday, which is so weird. Considering like Ryan just talked with Andy's boss, supposedly. Fred and me talk about that in this call too, and his thoughts on that as well. So listen up, class.
See, a lot of people like try to say, well, if they have Andy on tape, then why isn't he arrested? Like if they had him on tape on the road and he's saying he wasn't on the road, that's like a huge discrepancy. Why aren't police like badgering him?
Yeah. Because if they arrest him on some bullshit charge and then they can't make it stick or whatever, then it clears him of other charges. You see what I'm saying? They got to make sure when they do pick these people up, that their charge is.
That's kind of like, like you hear that case about oh gosh, what's her name in Colorado? Barry Morphew.
Seemed like I'm hearing about it.
He was a suspect in his wife's murder or his wife's disappearance, and they didn't they didn't have a body until recently.
Yeah.
And this happened like a few, I don't know, soon after Summer went missing. It took a couple, maybe not soon after, but Barry was arrested and they didn't have a body, and they even charged him with murder and stuff, but they couldn't make it stick. They couldn't make it stick. They didn't have a body, and they had to let it drop. And then after they dropped the charges, they fined her. So I don't know what's happening. He hasn't been rearrested or.
Yeah. I mean, that's just like that. You see, it messes everything up. See that in that state, they'll have to have the body more likely. More or less what you're saying. And where they charged him with murder, and then they didn't have no body, and they had to release him because they didn't have no body. Then if they did find the body, they can't charge him for that. So that's what I'm talking about in Summer's case, you see.
Yeah.
But they, in state of Tennessee, they can charge you even if they ain't got the body. They just got to have a certain amount of evidence, that they are.
Thank you so much, Luminous. Thank you. Thank you. And hey, Gavel Geeks and Vet Girl, Happy New Year. I agree that this is so likely tied to a much bigger operation. It's why it's getting scary, guys. Like, because I believe Fred that much. that I'm actually kind of getting scared. Like, I know it's silly, it might sound silly, but if these people, if it's true, like these people are part, I mean, if some of this stuff is true in law enforcement, like possible involvement, or, you know, what if the Sean Williams thing can be like somehow related? Right? Ginger Snap. Is it true that Andy just recently got fired? I don't know. Like, I think what else could it be tied to? I feel like it's some kind of bigger ring, like trafficking ring, a drug ring, a mafia or a gang, like those type people, and people that have money to, like, not good people that they can do things to a little girl. Somebody's letting off fireworks right now. Then they don't have any type of limits, you know, or boundaries.
See, that could be something else too. That could be also another reason why people aren't, because we haven't, we don't even have a body, or we don't know where Summer is, so we don't know what happened to her. So it's hard to bring charges.
Yeah.
What do you charge Andy with?
Jason. See what?
What could they charge Andy with? Like, from just I'm trying to even think, would they even be able to charge him with? Like,
I don't know what they could charge him with, really. I mean, right now, I mean, just arrest him on without hard evidence, really nothing. I mean, they got proof that he was in the holler, this and this and this, but without the forensics, DNA of this and DNA of that, and then stuff here and there, you know, it's hard to put them in place.
yeah. Yeah.
That's like I'm gonna tell you, like Jason Arnold that went missing.
Yeah.
We thought they was just hiding his body for 2 years. What I didn't understand until now, it takes a little over 2 years for the forensics and stuff to come back.
Oh.
See, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, I thought they was really hiding his body, but they really weren't. It was just takes that long for the forensics and everything to come back. You know?
Yeah.
And see, he'd actually been cut up and stuff. See, they didn't find much of his body when they found him. They found his head and a hand and a foot and something else.
Wow.
That's all they found.
I can't believe that they found that right in his own yard, didn't they? But it was like a year later.
Well, it was a neighboring property. A dog had drug his head in what it was.
Wow.
Oh, no, they found him. They tried to say it was a year later, but he actually went missing December the 8th. And the 21st, we tried to report him missing on the 21st of December.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they tried to tell us that they seen him earlier that day, but what they didn't tell us, they just found his body that day.
Oh.
So the 8th to the 21st, that's not many days.
Yeah. So.
Had his body on the 21st of December.
Oh, so it hadn't been a year. It wasn't. It didn't take a year for him to find the body.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
But what didn't make sense to me is what I didn't understand too at the time. I always wondered, well, why did they take your cadaver dogs and stuff back out there time and time and time again? They was trying to find the rest of his body.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, a lot of stuff at that time didn't make sense to me. And I done a lot of research on Jason, more than probably the law did.
Mm.
And I just didn't understand certain things that the law did at the time, but I do now. I understand it now.
Right. So this is all okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense, because how many times have you been, like, has law enforcement talked with you about the case, like Summer Wells case? Like, contacted you?
I've been in here at this point. Since I've been back in here, I've helped them out on some locations and stuff, but as far as them acting like I'm a suspect or anything, never really act like.
This call will be terminated in 2 minutes.
Oh,
They always just ask for locations or stuff like that, you know.
Oh, I know you're not a suspect. Like, I know they don't. I know that. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, how many times they had talked to you, like, tried to talk to you about what you saw that day and, like, stuff like that.
Well, since I've been in here, they not asked what I've seen that day or whatever. But before I come in here, countless of times. I can't even tell you how many times they've asked me about pictures or something, and tried to identify this person or that person, or if I knew them or didn't know them, or see what.
This call will be terminated in 1 minute.
Take more cameras.
Why would he help on locations? Well, for instance, it was because the cotton stuff. That's when he went to jail. That's when the cotton stuff all went down. And he had talked to law enforcement about cotton. And that's what he's talking about as far as, like, law enforcement trying to get him to help with anything. He's saying all that since he's been locked up, all they've only came to him about, like, you know, obviously the cotton stuff, but, like, for help with locations. And I'm guessing, I'm guessing it has something to do with that, is what he means. Locations. And then the pictures, he's talking about these trail cams, which I learned, I guess Fred actually had his own trail cams on there. So he even talks about here in a little bit about how I'm even on camera. But that was after Summer went missing. But it's because of those trail cams, and he's going to talk about it here in a bit. Hey, BS. I thought you asked about S. Oh. Well, I am going to post unprivate the phone call. It's going to say on it, like, no commentary. Clearly, you'll know. And that's why I like to post these calls completely unedited, usually, you know, as the best I can. Which this has nothing edited out at all. Because I want you guys to hear, like, that's how confident and how much I believe in him. That's how much I believe him. It's not, and plus, it wouldn't even matter anyways. Like, I would never try to hide something anyways for somebody just because I, you know, was their friend or whatever. That's just not the person I am. Work for the sheriff's department in jail that also has been charged with CP. Yep. When a person is released in a case without prejudice, that can definitely be retried. Yeah. When he said couldn't remember what vehicle he drove that day. He told me all I need to know besides being an abuser and a deal. Yeah, that was ridiculous. But
cameras on that road than just one.
Mm-hmm.
That puts a lot of people. I mean, you're even on camera when you come in and stuff.
Yeah.
When we first met,
Yeah.
everybody's on camera that comes in that holler.
Did
And
you
there's
see
a
me?
camera-
Did you see me on camera? You actually see me?
Yep.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Several times.
But see,
Yeah,
that was
everybody's on
after
camera.
Summer
I
went
mean-
missing. Why would they care about after?
I know. Hey, they've been cameras on that road for years, honey.
Yeah.
It wasn't just for summer. It was before summer, years before summer.
I know, but I wasn't there before Summer.
Your call has been accepted.
Hey,
Yeah.
but I wasn't saying that you was there before summer. I was just saying that you was on, it showed that you on camera and stuff too,
Yeah.
Not doing that. No, it just shows you and driving in the holler and stuff. See, there's actually 4 different cameras on that road.
Yeah.
There's one as you come into holler at the stop sign,
Mhm.
but it's across the road. It's straight on the other side of the main highway. So when you come up to the stop sign, you're on camera.
Okay.
There was one right before you get to Don Wills' driveway on the other side of the road
Mhm.
where I'm trying to think.
Don.
You guys stop right there on Dobbs's property on the corner.
Or Don. I said Don. The blue roof Don, they call him, because he has a blue roof. Like, his name's Don too. The one that lives at Beach Creek and Ben Hill.
I'm talking about Jackie Dobbs.
Oh, okay. But Jackie Dobbs didn't have put up a camera, did he?
No, I had a camera set up there.
Oh, okay.
I had a camera set up where deers and stuff that come off of a bank
Okay.
get video of deers and stuff. There's trail cams all up and down that holler that people don't realize.
Oh, okay.
Stop people in a lot of different ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean,
So a trail cam, what it does is just like if something passes it, it takes a picture.
yeah. It takes every picture that passes. And some of them has video and audio.
Hmm.
Yeah. So they and see, Andy was even on camera on Fort Fields Road too. So on the 15th.
But yeah, did he say he was? I mean, did he admit to that?
Well, he said that he was down. He went down there that day, but he didn't say why. But they're locking us down, hon.
All right. Well, yeah, call it. I mean, so this is you're not going to be let out probably again today, huh?
No, I won't be out again.
so I'll upload this whole call. Like I said earlier, I think you guys are gonna really enjoy all our talks like that me and Fred have had, because they're all like this pretty much. I mean, obviously Laura and Fred have become my friends now. We don't just talk about the Summer Wells case like always, but we do a lot because it's like Fred is really wanting to help. Like, he really wants Summer found. So there were cameras all over Dawn and Candace's on June 15th. See, yeah, that's what's confusing. It's like, I don't know why, what I wish, I'm pretty sure that there was cameras now after I believe him on that. I don't know why there wouldn't be any reason why he would lie. Like, dude, I'm telling you guys, like, if I ever found out he was lying about this stuff, I would seriously bitch him out and never, I would be so freaking upset. But I've always really felt, I've just never, like with Dawn and Candace, like I say this every time, and Andy, and especially Jody Sue, Dawn and Candace mainly, like contradicted themselves so much. And it's just not been like that with Laura and Fred. Remember when Jody Sue said she took the cards out of the trail cams? Why would she do that? Yeah, I don't know. Understand that whole. I never was into watching Jody Sue. We haven't reviewed her very much over here on this channel, like hardly ever, because I've never found her information relevant. Like Ronnie Lawson said, it's unfounded because she constantly, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Like but when Fred says things, it makes sense. You know what I mean? You just go with your intuition. It just has always made sense. For 2 straight years now, he's just always made sense to me. Dawn and Candace never freaking definitely haven't. Period. Pretty Period. Pretty You guys, you guys know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Let me see something here. Don't have a sense, and I can't understand anything she says. Yeah, so I've never really taken her information as anything she says seriously. It's just because I don't believe her. I don't want to, why would I cloud my judgment in my mind with her freaking bullshit confusion? That's what she's trying to do. I mean, look how freaking confused Tiffany Marie is. That's what happens when you hang around or let that type of stuff into your freaking universe. So I'm like, no, ma'am. The only time we watch Jody Sue here is if it's like necessary. The truth never changes. Right, Denise? The truth never does change. There you go, SL, Indiana Gaming Commission. That's correct. Tiffy had to leave for an exorcism. She'll be back. Oh, man. Yeah, there's something strange going on there, too. Jason's not involved. She probably didn't know a lot of what her significant other was up to. I don't know if I really think she's like involved, but I do think she has guilty knowledge. She knows some stuff. And you know, I just don't know. I'd be pissed like at Andy if I were her. But for some reason, she isn't at all times. Like, only when it's convenient. Right, Candace? The way she tries to run interference, she has always been sus to me. Yeah. There's really nothing I have to even, I'm trying to think right now if, I don't even understand why Jody Sue is really even relevant. I mean, I do think she has some guilty knowledge, but I don't know. It was weird that she was at the end of Dawn and Candace's driveway around 4 p.m. That's odd. That's really odd timing. And her and Andy's conversations that just halted between like 2:30 and 5:30 p.m. Oh, that's quite odd, don't you think? Doesn't anybody find that odd? That for some reason, Jody Sue and Andy were talking, like texting, and then all of a sudden from 2:30 to 5:30, it was like some kind of weird like silence during the key hours. None of these people thought anybody would care about a little girl out in the middle of a holler, out in the middle of nowhere. That was really what they were thinking. They thought nobody would freak. And that's sad. Because they treated Summer like she was nothing. But she's going to be everything, and she's going to be already has accomplished so much more than any of those people involved allegedly have combined their whole life. I mean, she more than likely saved her brother's lives. So don't judge a book by its cover just because you judge somebody as weak, or you think that it's not important or nobody will care about. Stop, Caitlin. Oh, she wants some ibuprofen here. Was her right? Andy didn't tell. Right, Crystal? Right, I agree, Gemini Moon. It's really gross. They treated her like she was. That's how little they thought of her. Like, oh, nobody's gonna care. Oh, hey, make me laugh too. A party in the woods? I don't think I've heard that, but I've heard you know, Jody Sue's weird. I did see, now I was interested in the beginning. I would watch her Facebook videos because I thought that those were important. In my opinion, those were important, like right beforehand, to see what was going on in that hall or in the area. But besides that, I don't have any other, there's nothing else that she brings like a value. She just lies and causes confusion and tries to benefit every freaking day for like 12 hours at a time of a little girl that she has probably, in my opinion, guilty knowledge of what happened to her. So she's extra sick, making even more money on YouTube off of her. Because whatever she got in the deal, obviously, I guess, wasn't enough. In my opinion. When was the KKK party, like a long time back or something? I don't know if that was really even a KKK. I don't know what she was, if she was a KKK, like, or what was the other thing they thought possibly it could be? Like, oh, that she was just going to spy on them or something? Or what was it? I think there was another theory about that. Always said guilty people run. Yeah. Left for, like Fred said, Andy left for after 3 days of being a few days after Summer went actually, maybe it was just the next day. It was, no, how soon? He was around the next day. But a couple days after Summer went missing, 2 or 3 days after she went missing, he took off to Knoxville, you know, like where Playboy hangs out. Where Dawn seems to like love to go to. Something about them. What the heck is that? Oh. You're going to make her have another heart attack again and walk right out of the hospital and make her blood pressure go 200 over 200 again. What? What? Did she blame something like that on me? Or who was she blaming that on? She needs to put that blame on her freaking self. She should have never been, had she not been involved, she'd have nothing to worry about. If she's not involved, then she's not involved. Like, she should know that and be just quite confident in that. What? Recently, Andrew announced he's connected to Andy B through a third party to keep his son safe from very bad people, allegedly. Wow. What kind of pull does freaking Andy Bernard have? It's you know, the more I'm realizing, like, I didn't think Andy Bernard's parents, like, His family, I think, actually has money. And I think that's how it starts with the Bernards, like the connection. Like this, well, obviously the Wells. The Wells know the Bernards. Bernards, and then whoever the Bernards know somebody in Knoxville. Andy probably play. Never mind. Maybe his parents have money. That's what I'm realizing that I didn't realize really before. I didn't realize how much property that they had, and that they had property in Florida too. And there's always been that rumor about, you know, the ties to masonry or Masons through Andy, but I don't know if I believe that. I know, that's what I worry about. And that's scary too. If that really is going on, that's scary for me because I'm digging around in that shit. And I'm prying into it, you know? And I'm trying to get information and I'm putting it out on the internet right now in front of 1,000 people. So it kind of is getting a little bit scary. Because I'm pretty confident there's something bigger going on. And so, I mean, I'm not 100% that it's like mafia or, you know, some gang related but if people could do something bad to a child, they can do anything. Has Fred told you what he believes happened to Summer and if he thinks she's alive? Oh, he doesn't think she's alive. His theories have kind of changed like a little bit. He has several theories like all of us. Unlike the Wells, who for some reason have one theory that she's been abducted. His theories have changed just like all of us. One of them is that something happened when they were swimming like that. But see, I don't believe that. And then it's changed to other things because then he was like, well, if that were true, then why was Andy on the road and why is he trying to deny that? And all these just other weird things. So he comes up with other, you know, just like any of us have with deductive reasoning. Oh, thank you, Barefoot Granny. Who's Yeah, Lipwalk had emailed me, and we've talked. So, hey, Karma's Queen. Sorry, we've got some crazy pups in the background here, like usual. I don't know. It's scary. It really is, guys. Like, the more we go on, because it feels like I said it live, guys, about lip lock. I know. Sorry, guys. I apologize if there was some confusion over with somebody being blocked or not. That's my bad for not making sure everybody knew. I thought I had said it live, but maybe it was on my other channel that I said that live. Yeah, Shiva didn't know. So it's my fault. I said it live, but maybe it was like on my other channel now that I think about it. Which of course, like on my other channel is still Oh, I can't see her. Yeah, I have getting if you look up I have a Ziggy Facebook or a Getting Ziggy with It Facebook page that people message me through sometimes. Can you ask Fred if he knows Andrew Hiltz or knows of him? I'm just wondering if he saw any moving trucks around the Wells area. Moving trucks? That's a good question, actually. I'm trying to think if I've even asked him before. I'm sure I've asked if he knows Andrew Hiltz. I'm sure I have. But I'll ask him again. I'm pretty positive he doesn't know who he is, but the moving trucks thing, that's a good question. Here, I can go look, guys, on I'll just go look up Lip Block and see, make sure she's unhid. I'm sorry, it's my fault, guys. It's not Sheba's. I'm sorry. Oh. No, she's not hid. She's not hid. She's good. I see that's the problem. Some of you guys are I understand you guys are I get it. People I'm way more forgiving, I think, than most. There's Lip Lock. So yeah. What do you do in that instance? Like when you think that you might be really on to something? Kind of makes you think it kind of makes me wonder if I should even continue at times. Like I am going to. It's just like that's how much I believe that something pretty dangerous can be involved. I'm a Pisces. Why do people care so much about the moving truck? I don't get what. I think it's because that. I think it's because. Doesn't Andrew claim he didn't go to 110? I think that's one reason why. He said he'd never been there. So maybe that's wonder if I don't know if it's that. Pushing the CPS narrative. Yeah, it is weird. Well, which I don't know which creator you're exactly talking about, but the one if I mean I can think of some couple like small, I don't know, a couple other like little or channels that are tied to Dawn. So we're supposedly good buddies with Dawn Wells. So I guess it's in their interest for some odd reason to really push the CPS narrative. But that's also that's also Cracking Cases did that too, didn't they? That's just crazy to me. I mean, it happens, I guess. There's crazier things have happened, I guess, but also Candace met Andy and others at storage place. Yeah, that's supposedly what happened. The unit was in Allison's name? What unit was that? One second. Right, that girl. What was that? What did he lie about Crystal? Which specific? I mean, I know there's several things that people find suspicious that Andrew said. I sometimes think he says things for the shock factor. Come here. You know, like, is it true that he was really trying to act like he was going to get breast implants? Is that for real? Or like the haunted doll thing, you know, with the spirit box. Sounded like there was somebody on my porch. That was creepy. Oh, thanks, Luminous. He's had a few different versions on the truck when all the people, etc. I haven't watched him closely enough to really have too much of an opinion, negative or positive, about him. Besides the fact that like, I've always seen him be like respectful for the most part. So that kind of, I kind of respect that about him. But I do understand people's like worries about some things. But at the same time, I kind of feel like he's like, thinks it's funny to just put out stuff like crazy stuff. If he can't afford zigzigziggy amp, I don't know. I don't know how he would afford them, but is that true about the implants thing? What? Did anyone else see Remain Calm live today? She was showing Allie and Cam's way before they came to YouTube. Allie's name was Angel, then Savannah. It was really weird. You mean like her screen names? She used to go by Angel and then so he said that. Yeah, that is true. I do think he did. I understand that, because I would be upset, highly, highly upset if I found out that Fred was lying intentionally or playing. So I can understand, because I get mad too when I see, if you feel like somebody's really trying to confuse, which I've noticed, like, I do feel like that way definitely about Jody Sue. That is very suspect to me. And actually, it's also, I just think it's really gross too. And wrong. Extra wrong. Fred wanted me to tell everybody that he loves them and that he said Happy New Year's. All the local new creators all knew each other and were circled by one for a reason. Candy having a stroke, your daughter hasn't heard that. Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard a rumor supposedly about Grandis having a stroke. I don't know whether that's real or not. He has Starlight? Does Dawn, you think Dawn really acts like he hates Jody Sue? Does he really talk shit about Jody Sue? I'm trying to think. I haven't really noticed him talk. I mean, I'm sure he has a few times, but yeah, Cricket. It's called Getting Ziggy with It. if she had a stroke, it was probably after reading a theory on here that was eerily accurate. Yes. Oh, here's my Facebook. Here, if you do this, Nightbot should post it here in a second. 1 second. I will highlight the right here. That is the Facebook page. Oh, my throat hurts bad, guys. I'm probably gonna go. I need to give my throat a break. I hate this. The throat's killing me. Thank you, and thank you so much to those who donated and all the members. I will. Maybe I'll go ahead and maybe I'll just premiere that no commentary call if people wanted to listen to it. I'll premiere it for like 9 p.m. in like 15 minutes. But it's the same thing that we just listened to. Thank you so much, Starlight. Saltwater and honey works like a charm. I don't think I have honey, but I feel just like, Thank you guys so much. Yeah, he doesn't talk about Andy. You're right. Chicken soup. All right, guys. I'll talk to you all later. Maybe I'll be on Empress Ziggy if I start feeling a little bit better.